was cooking. So I just arrived in, how do you say it? I've arrived in Szczecin. That's the best I can remember, in the northwest of Poland. But oh my, tonight has been a journey. Where do I even start? So at Liverpool airport, there was this poor old woman who fainted at the queue. She was coming back to Poland because she was going to her mum's funeral, which is really sad. And obviously, that was quite overwhelming for her. Unfortunately, she fainted at the gate. But she did make the flight. Woohoo! Loads of people helped out. Then, upon arrival, I realised that the hotel I was staying in didn't send me the access codes. It was an apartment, it was. So usually when you stay in an apartment abroad, they'll send you the front door access code. And then they'll give you a code then for a little locker, which gives you the key for the room. I booked this like last week, but they said on the day of arrival I would get the codes, but I just never got them. So I knew I had to come to the city centre, but I also knew that I had nowhere to stay for the night. So I had to open up a ticket with Agoda, which I've been using for like the past, it's got to be close to a decade. I've got like VIP Platinum membership on there, which gives me really good exclusive discounts and stuff. Now this is the first time that happened to me. I got stranded. And it makes you sad really to think that someone in their 70s who has used that website to book an apartment arrives here and they got nowhere to stay. So luckily for me, I'm quite resourceful and I just got the IBIS for the night. There's always an IBIS in most international cities, specifically Europe anyway. I don't know if there's IBIS in Europe, America. Anyway, so I got to the airport. I didn't have any connections, but I knew there were buses and I knew there were trains and I knew they were also going to run out of service due to my arrival, and we was delayed due to the woman fainting at the gate. But luckily I come out the airport, I had a cigarette, and there was a minibus, and this guy spoke really good English, like most of the people in Poland actually. Polish people are amazing at learning multi-languages, unlike us Brits. Anyway, I went up to her and she charged me about £6 for a 45-minute drive into the city centre. Upon arriving in the city centre, because I was talking on my phone loads, trying to complain about these apartments. I actually might shame the apartments down below. I'm thinking about it. I might call them out because it's no good to leave someone stranded in a brand new city, in a country that they haven't got much experience with. Anyway, I managed to get a full refund plus 10% compensation, which is good. Anyway, I ended up booking the IBIS, and because my entire journey here has revolved around wondering if I got access to this apartment on my arrival to find out not, and then talking to customer services for the entire duration of leaving the airport to arriving here at the IBIS in the centre of the city. I just haven't had any time to explore anything. There's a few videos I've shown Mike and some mates on the way as I've been walking through. It was a 15-minute walk from where the bus dropped me off. But yeah, I'm here and it's okay. Everything is good. But to show you the room, it's tiny. It's the toilet. Amazing, right? And then here's the room, and this is all I need for the night. I just realised though I didn't bring any European converter chargers, but I do have a massive 30,000 milliamp battery there, which will keep me going for a long time. Anyway, I try to keep this bit short, but obviously it's going to be huge. So I don't know whether to put this at the beginning of the video or when I'm outside tomorrow, but I don't know. Anyway, I've got you all up to scratch, and we're here in Poland and we're here to have a wicked time. This is how I pack my clothes: t-shirts, socks, underwear, shorts and trousers. There's about 5 pairs of shorts and trousers in there, and there's about 5 t-shirts, 5 underwear, and about 5 pairs of socks. And that is so small in a bag, and that goes in here. Yeah, and it's also really dark, and I hate filming when low light. Anyway, I'll enjoy the rest of the video, so peace out. Right, we are finally up. It is about 10:30 in the morning, so we're going to head on out. I've already booked my hotel for the next 2 days, which is not here. It's one called the Vulcan, which is about an hour's walk away. Anyway, forget about that. I'll check in. It's 2 o'clock, so we're going to explore the city until 2 o'clock, where we need to check in. It's my amazing view. But let's just get the hell out of here. Let's enjoy the time we're going. I'll drop this off on the way out. Spooky moment dream. Ooh. And we're out. So we need to head down this hill and take a left and follow the river. Just goes to show how you can't see anything in the dark. There's the old town just up there, but we're going to head on down to the river and follow it down. Have an hour's walk. Get our pace in. There's a pub right here, which I had no idea about last night. Let's check out the statue. Of course, I don't read any Polish, but I'll show you. Maybe you guys can enlighten me what this is all about. Actually, it looks like a water feature. Yeah, it looks like a water feature that would run down into there. God, it is so sunny, but it is cold. It's a good job I packed for the winter rather than the summer, but I've brought one pair of shorts with me just in case. What a wicked park. Yeah, it's definitely a water feature. So this place has got an epic maritime history as well, which we'll discover as we go further down here. What a beautiful park. And we've got some willow trees over there as well. But let's continue down to the banks of the river. Yeah, so jaywalking is completely illegal here, and I got in trouble last night, which I'll explain as we walk down. There's so much maritime activity going on right now. Wow, so the bridge down there is where we came over last night, where we saw all the lights. And they got loads of overground gas lines as well. Last time I saw that was in Stockholm, a bit in Germany as well, but you don't usually get that back in the UK, overland gas lines. Yeah, so last night when I was waiting across the road, there was no cars on the road, so I just walked out, and there was a car probably about 15 kilometers down the road, really far away, and it just kept on speeding up, going, and I was just beeping his horn like crazy, like beep, 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 and I got off the road, and there was loads of space left anyway. He was miles away from me. He just sped up the catch up to me. And I spoke to a couple that were waiting for a light to change, and I was like, is it illegal? And they were like, yeah, don't be doing that. So yeah, the driver was really pissed off at me. Yeah, check this out. So there's 2 islands down here. The second one is inhabited. It's got houses on it. The first one's got this big wheel with a bit of maritime history on it, so that's where we're going. And then just to the left of it is one of the castles. And going back to, because I know a little things about the area, I've done a bit of research before coming here, but I've just come to realise that I might have too many things on my list to try and do, because it's coming out to 11 o'clock right now, so we'll just have to see. But I think there's 2 things on the way to the hotel that are on my list, which are in the city centre, so we'll be doing those on the way. So this video is going to be a bit you know, it's just me walking through the city actually, but you know, obviously enjoy it. So these here are boat hotels, and I discovered that they're boat hotels last night when I was looking for my alternative accommodation. But these are available for €70 a night. And you've got your double bed, you've got your kitchenette, and your shower and your bathroom in there. And you've got a little balcony which you can sit and have a drink and chill out with this magnificent view. So I can see the old town right here as well. The houses are just getting older at the back there. So if I do come back here, this is more like a bit of research while I'm here as well, because my girlfriend wants to travel a lot more as well. So when I went to Lithuania, I had such a fantastic time in Kaunas, and the people there are amazing. And I put a video up on TikTok, and some people saw me and they left a comment on my TikTok saying I saw you in Kaunas, which is awesome. So the people in Lithuania are amazing. So I'm here sort of doing research as well to see if my girlfriend wants to come here as well, especially with the flights being like 15 pounds each way. It's great, isn't it? But yeah, the city looks fantastic so far, and it's so clean here. There was 2 men literally scraping the side of the path just up there just to keep it clean. So this is the type of stuff that I found during my research, which represents the type of economies around here. So this represents the fishing economy here. You can see loads of people have touched these fish. And these ones here. It's wicked. And there's actually a Polish fisherman right there as well, which is quite typical really, isn't it? Polish people and fishing. Oh nice. I'm gonna have to bunk the contrast in the editing, because this camera's making it look gloomy when it's not. Some more sculptures there. The boat of the... oh gosh, Cam's gonna kill me if I try and pronounce some of these. Sailor Merchant and Cassia of the country. I'm not gonna try those Polish words. This battered up ship, yeah. Some bars and restaurants on the side here. Public toilets are everywhere. There's literally some just on the other side of the bridge as I went under. For like sandwich places. And then this is where the boat cruises are, and I don't know if they're on or off season, so we'll investigate this as we walk down here now. There's a sign saying Tiski. Sailor, yeah. Kazimierz Haska, 1912 to 1976. He was a pioneer of something. It's a wicked little map. And then there's like a little school tour next to me there. Joanna, Joanna. So I hope we can go underneath this. I don't want to go up and back down. I can see that there's a blockade down there, but hopefully we can pass. There's a restaurant on the boat over there. It's been a nice little walk. I could do with a cafe though. I still haven't had a morning coffee yet, because they decided just to come straight out. So, well, yeah, welcome to the River Odra. I'm assuming that's how you spell it. On here they got orders. I can't get through here, man. What the hell? Unless you have to go underneath the scaffolding right by here. Looks like I'm going to the scaffolding. Some wicked artwork around here, man. Check this out. There's a lot of talent around here. And you can just see the castle just poking out here now. So we got about 40 minutes still left to go on here. So this is one of the agendas, is to get over there. I think that's like a maritime museum, and these cranes, they light up in the night. And I think on here there's a closed community that lives on here. I actually looked on here on Google Maps. It looks quite abandoned, so I'll have to try and figure a way to get onto this island by here. But where we're going, see there's a crane right down there, a yellow one. We're just behind that. And there's a police boat that keeps going up and down the river here. So yes, I feel very safe. Some more awesome artwork right there. Yeah, so I'm getting, so I'll tell you what it reminds me of so far. This reminds me of Christiana in Copenhagen a little bit, and it also reminds me of Belfast. Yeah, Belfast and Christiana in Copenhagen. The marital vibes, that's exactly what it is. If you go to Belfast where the Titanic Museum is, then you would know exactly the sort of vibe I'm talking about here. So this is one of the viewpoints here, which you can go up. There's like a water feature in front of this building, up the steps up there. And then we've got two very glorious buildings right next to each other. So I think one of these is the National Museum. And then the town is just inside there. Obviously we're going to take this detour down the side of the river here to the hotel, but just a bit further up is the National Theatre as well. There's no crossings here, so I don't want to chance it. Not after last night. So yeah, you can see the extent of the island here. So where the greenery starts here, I'm pretty sure there's people living in there. This water is placid. Let's keep on trucking. Let's get to the hotel, freshen up, and then hit the town. And I think when this battery comes to an end, that's going to be it for this first video. But I hope you've enjoyed this walk around. I don't know what's going to happen next. We could head into the old town. I'll show you the hotel quickly, of course. It's been quite cool here. There was like a Japanese restaurant, there's cafes, there's a bar right here. Most of these are open, but you don't know. It's hard to see. Anyway, I think I've located the National Theatre here. Spelled Teeter. But we need to cross over by here at some point. How wicked is that? Shipbuilders. I can see a bow of a ship in there. That is so cool. So it's like Birkenhead. The shipbuilders in Birkenhead on the Wirral, which is opposite Liverpool. Crossing these streets takes ages when you have to wait for the lights. It Takes absolutely ages. Anyway, there's a supermarket down here. You might recognise that it used to be in the UK probably 20 plus years ago. There used to be one in Newport in South Wales. Let's go and investigate. And here we are, the world famous Netto, which is about to get covered up by a truck. There we have it, Netto. I've only ever been in one once, and that was in Newport in South Wales. We're almost there now. There's about 10 more minutes to go. And we're directly opposite the massive cranes I pointed out earlier when we was down the river. So our hotel's just down here to the right, and there's a little down here as well. Check this out. Amazing old industrial area. And the traffic here is pumping away, it's going for it. Right, so when I go to the hotel, I'm going to fast track us. So I'm going to go to the hotel. Well, we can't go to the hotel till 2 o'clock, so we'll chill in the area till 2 o'clock. We'll go to the hotel at 2 o'clock, I'll have a shower. I'll go and Uber then straight to the old town, and we'll finish up in the old town for our first video, and then I will continue into the evening where we'll try and check out more like attractions inside the city centre. Whew. It's warm now, it's not cold, it's warm. I think I've walked about, so it's got to be about 8 kilometers, 8k I've just walked. So we're just over the hurdle on the last kilometer now, so let's get to this hotel, or at least the area, and chill out. Right, we're almost at the hotel. There's an Istanbul kebab shop there. There's a 24/7 convenience store. Zabka, which I remember from Krakow, and they do amazing hot dogs. My mate Cam's told me, so we'll be checking out their hot dogs at some point. I can see the huge crane, which we've been walking to. But the facades on the properties here are typical of Poland and Europe in general, but not Britain. You don't see stuff like this. Well, this is my hotel right by here, the Vulcan. So right by the hotel here, it's a lot of local history stuff, which is wicked. I don't think there's much English on here, but it does have the local history. Probably about the maritime stuff. We got boxing and sports here. I'm assuming these are dock workers. There's a big ass ship there. That's incredible. It's made out of metal as well. Should get something like this in Newport. Seems to be another walking tour right by here, but we're just going to check out around the back of the hotel before we go in. Yeah, so let's look behind the hotel before we check in. There is a sick helicopter right there, and this is what we've been walking towards since we walked up the river Odra. It's the back of the hotel, looking into an industrial yard. But that helicopter looks fucking wicked. It looks like futuristic stealth. So it says Vulcan Fire there, so, and then it's got a Vulcan Training Academy. The hotel's called the Vulcan Hotel, so this area must be Vulcan, or called Vulcan at least. Anyway, I'll be back in a moment. And we're in, which let me in 2 hours early, which is great. So it means we can leave 2 hours early. Are we even going up? Wee. Right, we're in. Ooh. So the bed's not as big as the IBIS one, but this place is cheaper than the IBIS, and I'm not arsed. But yeah, it's quite nice. Look, we got a thing for your suitcases, whatever. There's no USBs on the side of the bed again, so I might have to go a Euro charger. Yeah, but we got everything in here, and got a view of the industrial docks. Right, so I'm going to chill out now. I don't think there's much to show you in here. The room is really nice and clean, really nice. And it was nice for the girl to let me in early, actually. Yeah, got a decent sized bathroom too. And a walk-in shower, which I'm going to be using quite soon. And a hairdryer. Let's do an iron check. I know Scott loves his irons. Let's see if there's an iron here. There's no iron, but there's laundry service provided. Well, it's probably like €8 to do clothes, but yeah. This place is wicked. Anyway, I'll cut out the boring nonsense and we'll go to the old town once I'm freshened up. So catch you in a moment.